can't see chat. I don't know why. I'm gonna go back and forth between top chat and live chat. I don't know. Can't see any chat. I'm so sorry. So hello everyone. Uh, I see two people and three thumbs up. It's probably not true, is it? Can't even ask for a 5x5 or a number 64 by number 64. Sure, if I pick up. I might have to switch over to my phone. I'm on my tablet, which I thought it would be user friendly, but so you got these groups that ask you to do unspeakable things. You might have to whack somebody. You might have to, just do something as simple as pick up a package that gets delivered to your work and take it home, and somebody will come pick it up later. Something that's simple. Uh, you would hope. You would hope. But it's always you don't have a choice in the matter. You do. You always have a choice, but it never works out to your favor. That's how they work. It's all about the leverage, the intimidation. You know, here in America, we're constantly getting scammed. We're constantly getting scammed. We're constantly getting, bamboozled. There's always that. Somebody's always trying to take your money. Somebody's always trying to steal your stuff. You know, either electronically or porch pirates or out of your car or in your house when you're away. There's always something going on that you have to worry about, right? So, but these guys, these syndicates, if you will, they they give you the choice, the money or the bullet. You know, and that's it. That's it. And once they approach you, um, that's it. You're done. You have to decide right there. And they're always going to come at you from a place of strength, right? One person approaches you, but there's 30 surrounding you, ready to just off you at whenever the word is given, or whenever you decide the bullet. Um, it's 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 very similar to our gangs, our syndicates here. Um, you know, but they're more loud about it. The new neighbors are more loud, and they're attracting attention. And the attention that they're attracting, all the other our indigenous gangs, if you will, our American gangs are looking, going, saying, "Hold up, why ain't they just busting him right now? Why is the Phoebe not descending upon them? With you know all the tactical might that they can bear, bring to bear. Why not? Why are they not doing that? Why is a SWAT team not going in there? Well, it's what's going on here? Where's the feds? I mean, where's the feds? Right? Well, haven't you noticed? It's the feds that brought him in. This is part of their destabilization. This is the crisis. Those people from the Edge apartments just experienced crisis. They had guns. They had doors kicked in. They had guns shoved in their face, and they had to make a decision. They were given a choice. They were terrorized. So it was the feds that brought them in. It was the feds, the higher up feds, and yeah, the border czar. Yeah, this is her doing. This is her doing. She is responsible for the Edge. She is responsible for Aurora. And it's not you. You're just hearing about this apartment. They have three or four other apartments that they've done the same thing to. Openly, just took it over. They've been amassing, their strength for since they landed. which has been months ago, maybe a year, you know, and more and more and more have been added. More of these new neighbors have been added, and they're not naturalized citizens. They didn't go through the process. The only process they went through is, oh, did Venezuela just let you out of prison? Hey, jump over. Here's a plane ticket. Here's a phone. Here's $5,000. Get you started. Well, as soon as you hit the ground in the United States, why don't you go on over to DMV and get you a driver's license? Oh yeah, by the way, go ahead and sign up for voter registration, all that stuff. Congratulations, you're an American citizen. Then they're not. They're not. They're not fucking citizens. You understand this? This is how replacement migration works. Uh, Clover, Clover and Pivot. Yeah, Clover and Pivot. You overwhelm the system. You overwhelm a area with these brand new neighbors, and you get what you get in the uck. You get what you get. You see what's happening in the uck, the UK, Europe, Australia, any place they wish to radically change, destabilize, create a crisis so that they can take over. That is the tipping point. I mean, you know, this country is a great country, and it was made great by the world, the diversity of the world. It's, you know, the melting pot. You know, give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses. That's what it says on the you know, Statue of Liberty, given to us by the French. Which interesting history about that one. Yeah. Wow. Temperature has dropped and the wind has picked up. Wow, just like Trent. Uh-oh. Trent, did you send us a cold wind south? Interesting. Yeah, I still can't see chat. I know there's 18 people in here. So, anyway, I can still talk and bullshit. That is the tipping point. And, of course, you're not going to see help from the local authorities. You're not going to get any help from the federal agencies. They're not going to help. They're going to allow it to happen. Now, the local area, the local agency, they're just going to be overwhelmed. Your police, you know, your sheriff's department, they're just going to be overwhelmed, you know, and outgunned, and outmanned, and outresourced. And we all know that there is a conscious effort to defund them. So they don't have the manpower, nor do they have the motivation. You understand? I mean, you know, there is people out there that have heard the calling, and they are policemen. They are police women, police people. They are all about the law enforcement, and that's been all their life. That's all they know. That's all they want to know. And that those people, I mean, they're the salt of the earth. You know what I'm saying? They get in there and they endure absolute just hardship. 10, 12, 14, 18 hour days, you know, or shifts, because it could be a day and a night. Okay, Charity? Yeah. She's laying there panting. You know, they're a constant threat of their life. They have to jump through so many hoops to do everything, and they they really don't get paid a lot. I mean, I'm just saying, they really, some of them, yeah. I mean, if you work the overtime, if you put in the hours, uh, you can you can you can retire with a bit of change in your pocket, and you know, raise a family on that salary, maybe some bonuses in there. But it's a career for a lot of people. It's a career, a life career. And hats off to those folks. You know what I'm saying? I almost went that route. I almost went that route. Um, you know, but when they're outmanned, outgunned, low morale, I mean, they can't say anything. They're having DEI, hires. They're having to go to sensitivity training. They have to go to all these seminars and go to all these things. They're just like, wait a minute, what? I remember we all know what the Phoebe. I say to you knowingly, if you spell it out, you know what I'm saying. But the Phoebe, they've been hosting for about a year now, almost maybe more than a year, 3 years. They've been hosting seminars for local law enforcement and stuff to give them a briefing of the new terror threats. And I forget who I seen this was on or whatever, but it was a uh, uh, a 13-year veteran of the police force, went to this seminar, and he's with all his other uh, officers in there, and everybody's in there, right? So, and it could be a bunch of different ones. And when I mean career policemen, career law enforcement, they are patriots. And so the Phoebe says, okay, here's our slide. If you have a Gadsden flag, you're a terrorist. If you talk about the 2A, you're a terrorist. If you do all these, and all of them are like, that's my morale patch. That's my morale patch. Don't tread on me. The American flag, right? What do they call them? Violent MVPs or something. Yeah, militant violent something. If you say you're a patriot, you're one of these new terrorists. And that's the threats. And see what they're doing. They're setting the ground. They're setting the groundwork for Marxism. I mean, that's what you do. If you want, they slowly change the doctrine. They slowly change everything to where it's the party line, and you either toe the party line or you're the enemy. What's that saying about the Sith Lord? They only deal in absolutes, and that's what it is. The party line is absolute. How do you train a bunch of people, to accept tyranny? You just keep you demonize them. Bolsheviks. I mean, there's so many examples of how to turn people against each other. The divide and conquer. And yes, they're stupid. They're absolutely fucking idiots, right? We here in America, we like to have individual freedoms, but that has been eroding away for quite some time, hasn't it? It has become more and more and more oppressive. We're seeing speech crimes. What the fuck is a speech crime? I can't say what I want. This platform will not allow me to say shit. Everybody knows what happened back in the. What do you see? I feel like I'm walking on fucking eggshells over here. I can't even say what I want to say. The whole C19er. Couldn't say this. Couldn't say that. Misinformation. Medical misinformation. That's wrong speak. Wrong speak. It's in there. That's part of their doctrine. Wrong speak. First. They're going for number one first. Then they'll go for number two. And number 3, number 4. There's 12 articles. They'll get them all eventually. That's the tipping point, people. We've been slowly being tipped. Slowly. Back up a little bit. Don't want to fall over the edge. Not just yet. Not just yet. Because at any point in time, while somebody's got their hand on your back, pushing you, and you're facing the cliff, all you got to do is turn around. All you got to do is push back. And the tipping stops. We see what's going on in the UK. We see what's going on in Europe. We see what's going on in Australia. All the Western countries. They have reached their tipping point. And now, in UK, they just gave up. Okay, fine. Whatever. Maybe they're regrouping. I don't know. Everybody's living in fear. Everybody there is experiencing tyranny. They can't get online and say anything pro-country. Anything that they can't say anything bad about all the bullshit that's going on. All the evil that they're seeing. They can't say anything about that, or they spend 2 to 3 years in prison. Grandmas that say they've had enough of this bullshit go to prison. Seen it here too. January 6th. Folks were just they're getting you for inciting riots if you were just sitting there just doing this. You weren't even, if you weren't even there and you said something like, yeah, get them, yeah, boom, inciting riot, you're going to jail. What? I wasn't there. Freedom of speech. Oh, no, that's no. They're redefining freedom of speech. It's free for them to say what they want to say. And you notice how they speak. But everything that we're saying, oh no, that's wrong speak. Yeah. Because we are the enemy of the state. The great state. The tyrannical regime, the regime, the party. We are the ones that are targeted. Me and you. Yeah. And so they know that they're just going to continue to send people in from other countries that have nothing but ill intentions for everyone in this country. They have absolutely no desire to become Americans. They have absolutely no desire to conform to our culture, to learn our languages. They're just here to take. That's it. Take and destroy. Create chaos. That's their job. What's your job? Well, you have a job. You got to go to your job. You got to live. You got to work. You got to pay for things. You got to pay for taxes. Matter of fact, by the way, your tax money paid for all this fucking shit. Yeah. It's the beauty of it. Single white male. I pay for everything. I gotta go to work. Millions are depending on me. Somebody told me that at work. It's a great saying. It's true. But you see where the tipping point. We've been waiting for the tipping point. We keep waiting. And what happens when the tipping point happens? It happened over there in Aurora. Ah, okay, it's over there. It's not in my backyard. Disassociation doesn't affect me, right? I live in an apartment complex. When I first moved here, it was full of mostly retirees. And in my time that I've lived here, I've watched the demographics change from something that really resembles something Middle Eastern. We have a lot of kids that come in, young kids. I say kids, I'm sorry. Young adults coming in here. And they're all, shall we say, flying the flag. They are all flying the flag. It's, in some way, shape, or form. Uh, we do have a mixture of, I can only assume they're Ukrainian or, you know, Slavic. We do have a large Slavic population here in Cleveland. Matter of fact, we have Ukrainian Village. Great pierogies, great pastries. It's been here forever. So we have these villages, right? But and these people move around from time to time. But Cleveland and the suburbs. Aurora was a suburb, is a suburb of Denver, and Denver is a sanctuary city. So even Ohio, as conservative as it is, are still getting inundated. We had Haitians. I know a guy here that he lives here. He has an American wife who's completely hijabed, but he himself uh, was one of those people that got uh, brought out of Afghanistan. He served in the Afghanistani army. He's got a wife, an American wife, and a kid. And he lives here. So I've seen the demographics change like slowly and gradually. We had the Haitians come through; they stayed here. There's a few of them that are still here. Now we got a whole fuck ton of Middle Easterns, a very young, flag waving. Uh, let's just say there's a lot of male roommates living together and female roommates living together, right? Right? But they don't identify as roommates. They're more like spouses. Yeah, right. So, I mean, that's fine. That's fine. Whatever. But the demographics has changed. It's not the same. I came here because the rent was in the middle somewhere, right? It was fairly high, but it wasn't super high, but it wasn't super low, because you don't want to go into a low income, dilapidated. Anybody can pay. Yeah, it's a class thing, and I wanted to be in an area that was fairly safe. That usually is a indicator, rent, that it's fairly safe because people work. People usually work that live in high income apartments and neighborhoods. They work. They don't fuck around. There's no bullshit. There's no partying in the streets. There might be some partying, you know, but there might be some fun to be had. But it's not all the damn time, right? Because you got shit to do. You got to work. You got to work hard. You got to work hard to keep what you got. So when these people, which I have to say, the demographics, the people that I've met here, they work hard. I've experienced no problems with anyone, none whatsoever. Of course, I'm I'm literally a shaved Sasquatch walking around, so uh, I usually don't get in. I usually don't have problems anyway. But anyway, yeah, I like to talk to folks though. That's my thing. I like to talk to folks. And, hey, how you doing? What's your story? Yeah, that's cool. Right on. Good to meet you. Oh, you live here? We're neighbors. Yeah, whatever you need, man, let me know. Right. and they've done the same with me too, right? Some have seen me and caught me outside walking Charity, and it's actually Charity. Charity would just walk up to anybody and go, "Oh, hey, what's up?" But so you get to know people, and you should get to know people in your neighborhood. I mean, really, get to know the neighbors around you. I mean, we have been isolated, and we have been taught to be isolated. You know, it's all about community. It is. It really is. Uh, one of my favorite things to do when I come into a neighborhood is I find the nosiest neighbor, and I make friends with them. The nosiest neighbor, find them, find out who it is. You can probably tell who it is quite easily because you look at their blinds. It's got a there's a indentation in their blinds where they're constantly looking out the window, and they got the phone. Oh, you see Mad Shaq coming out of his car. Oh, look, he got some jars. He got canning jars. Oh, he got canning jars, y'all. What's he doing? Is he canning tomatoes? Right? They're just the nosy neighbors. They're gonna tell you exactly who's who and what's what and what's going on in your neighborhood. Make friends with them. Sure, they're gonna talk about you behind your back. Absolutely, but you get to decide what to say to them, right? You get to decide what you show to them. Opposite, right? I pretty much an open book for the most part. Even though there's depth, a lot of depth in these waters. There's layers to this shit, as they say. So, but for the most part, I'm a nice guy. I'm just a neighbor. In your area, I'm willing to help. I've helped many people. They've helped me. I'll never forget when I first came here. There was knocks on my door with, ladies holding pies. I'm like, wow, thank you very much. From time to time, I get fed. Just out of nowhere, out of the blue, boom, here's dinner. Really? Thank you. Um, and so, and I don't know how many tires I've changed, how many people I've dug out of the snow. I'll just get crazy with my damn snow shovel, and just start digging out the parking lot, and digging out the sidewalk, and just fucking going nuts. I'm like, fuck it, I just got to do something. And that's getting to know your neighbors, and your neighbors getting to know you. And that's a good thing. It's a good thing. Now, yeah, you gotta practice some offset, right? Because your nosy neighbor might tell on you for something, right? Or pass on some information to somebody that has nefarious, intentions. I mean, you always have to be on your guard in the city. You always do. I mean, that's just the way it is. Leave for town. Make sure you got somebody watching your place that you can trust, right? If you can't trust no one, then take steps and make traps and shit. Deploy your deterrence. But the tipping point. We know that things are getting bad. Things are getting a lot worse. Whew, Charity, you stink. Things are a lot worse in other places. A lot worse. So we know that inflation is high inflation. And there's an interesting concept, isn't it? We're being squeezed. We're being pushed closer and closer to that cliff. And closer and closer. And if we don't push back, if we don't take steps backward, turn around, grab the one that's pushing us, and hold them over the edge, or possibly just throw them over the edge. Or just even the threat of throwing them over the edge. They are going to continue to push as long as they can get away with it. Tyranny. You are complying. We are complying with our own tyranny. Hell, we're paying for it. Our hard-earned money is being squandered away and used towards our inevitable destruction. Yeah. So when is the tipping point? Oh, it won't happen here. Everybody's got guns. Well, now they do too. I mean, how hard is it to find a bunch of thieves, a bunch of cat burglars? 30 motherfuckers show up in your house. Boom. They just came for one gun. They got one gun. Now they go to another house. Hey, we hear you got guns. There's 30 of us, but we have one gun. We have two guns. Now they have three guns. See how it works? So yeah, I mean, you know, yeah, sure, these gangs, these kids, you know, they they have it looks like a disorderly kind of disarray of things. They don't need much. You know, they'll take your granddad's single shotgun. They don't care. It's a gun. It's a weapon. It's intimidation. They can use it to intimidate. Look how many guns we got. Okay, most of them don't work, but we still got them, right? Here in America, we're just there. I think it's estimated that there's at least 10 guns for every person in this country. And that's maybe more. It's estimated. I would venture to guess that there's a lot more. I'd have to say there's like maybe 50 per person. If you're thinking 330 million, that's a lot of guns. So yeah, the guns are out there. You can get them on the streets. There's people I've met. I've met these people. They're career cat burglars. And they target people with guns. They go, that guy's got a gun. Let's go hit his place up. And it's done quick. Thief in the night. You know, boom, gone. All your shit. Now it's in the hands of some La Ragua or whatever. Whatever the syndicate's name is. Whatever they fucking call themselves nowadays. You know? Yeah, it's no big deal, right? I mean, yeah, you bought it. You bought it and you bought your things to, because that is your right and your duty, right? But somebody can just kind of walk in while you're not around and take it. I mean, it's and now it's being used to take others. It's exactly what they do. And of course, there's a lot of things that fall off the truck, right? A lot of shipments get redirected. Hey, we ordered 13 boxes. How come there's only 12? I don't know. Where's the accountability? I don't know. Shit happens, right? Things just fall off trucks sometimes. Yeah. And it's an arcane technology. It can be built in your garage with simple tools. I mean, really. Really. You don't need much. Yeah, there is fit and finish, and then there is a science to it, machining, and knowing tolerances and metallurgy and things of that nature. But anyone can do it, really. So yeah, folks, the tipping point. When is our tipping point? Is it now? Is it later? Like I said, Aurora, it's already happening. They have reached their tipping point. Now all these possibilities that could happen. See what happens. Do the local do the local law enforcement agencies, you know, take care of the situation? Or as rumored, allegedly, do the gangs of the indigenous gangs of this country take care of the situation? Both of which are highly unlikely, I think. That's just me guessing, though. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's you're the criminal world is it's everybody's a tough guy, but then there's also the League of Shadows kind of thing. You know, let's the heat's on. Let's fall back into the cut, be unnoticed, become unseen. You know, kind of melt back into the landscape. So will the tipping point come when there's no power? When there's no food? When you can't afford food? When you can't afford power? You can't afford gas? You know, that's happening already. Utilities have went up some 300%. Some foods have went up some 300%. Gas. Gas. Gas fluctuates. What is the new normal? It's and what is gas? What is oil? There appears to be a overabundance in the earth of oil, which can be refined to make gas. We like gas, but they want to get rid of. They want to get rid of gas-powered everything. Your gas-powered lawnmowers, your gas-powered weed eater, your gas-powered car, truck, minivan, motor scooter, bicycle, motorcycles. Gas-powered, gas is bad. Kills the environment. It's a self-correcting system. It is. It's a self-correcting system. I'm with George Carlin. I think, you know, the Earth created humans because it wanted plastic. I don't know. It wanted plastic. Hmm. So we're watching the tipping point of our country. We're watching it tip in other areas, but not ours. Do you think Aurora, New York, California, Washington, Colorado, Connecticut, Maryland, Maine, Massachusetts, you think they knew when the tipping point was? Why was there no pushback? Why did they allow themselves to be pushed off the cliff? And then when they were falling off the cliff, didn't they realize? No, because man is built to endure tyranny and to fight tyranny. But we endure punishment time and time again. mostly because of work or because of gain or because of uh, mitigation of loss or damage. That's why we endure and sacrifice and work ourselves to death. But has the tipping point been moved? Because they do move it from time to time. This is the slow hand. What's the you guys watch Dune, right? You know what Dune is? Remember the movie Dune? I love Dune. Read the book. That'll blow your mind. But these guys, they fought with these knives, and they had personalized. I know it's sci-fi, but they had personalized shields. Like these shield, the shield would come across their body and would stop them from getting attacked by knives and guns and bullets and weapons and things of that nature. But it was the slow hand that penetrated the shield. So you could hit it, boom, and you wouldn't be able to hit them. You could just hit the force field, but you could slowly put the knife in, right through the force field, slowly. I don't know. Analogies. Gotta love analogies. You know, I still can't see chat. I do not know if you guys can see me. I have actually lost everything. Wow. Am I still here? What the fuck? Wow. This is crazy. 79%. Yeah, it's just gonna be me talking, I guess. That sucks. I don't get to interact with chat. That really sucks. How about I do none? Chat is hidden. Okay. Now I got a live chat. Can't pull it up. I don't know. Not only do they push, but they also hide. They hide things. Mayor Kaufman of Aurora, he basically said, for weeks, it's an isolated incident. We're taking care of it. It's okay. We got this. It's nothing to see here, folks. I don't know what you're talking about. That's not happening. Roving armed bands of idiots are not knocking down doors and sticking guns in people's faces and telling them to pay them. The extortion and tyranny is not happening. But then we've seen video footage of it. And then we've seen first account witnesses of it. Then we've seen whistleblowers coming out in the city council. Oh, I'm seeing chat now. Tuck! Wow, 9:54. What time is it here? Okay. Yeah, 9:54 and chat just disappeared. What's up, Tuck? Wow, I can see chat now, folks. Stand by, folks. I'm going to go through chat. Welcome, everyone. Nunya Texas on the back 20. Tuck. Nunya Texas. Independent Mini United. SEAL Team 6 video. Independent Mini United. New York Debs. Gun Shops 8 in CO. Yeah, right. In the NY Debs, they were robbing gun shops. Gun shops and jewelries. Devil Dog 2856. Separate 5 Mad Shad. Hoorah! Separate 5 Yut. What's up, Devil Dog? Boom, knife hands. Eric still in tree. Devil Dog, Independent Mini. Echo! Please tell us what's going on in your part of the country, in your part of the world. Give us an update. Hill Summit Homestead, Jack. More guns and rifles than mother-in-laws. Ex NYCOG Prepper. Spread out hidden. Tuck. Region 9 until I die. Miami and several other cities local to me are under that list under consideration. Miami's on the list. Region 9. Bonnie. Wolf Fang. Okay, I'm catching up with chat. Yeah, it's unconfirmed. Ex-NYCOG Prepper. I heard the bikers are on the way. Not confirmed. And matter of fact, everything on social media that I seen was fake. It's from years ago. Matter of fact, one of the TikTok videos I seen of the Hells Angels riding out was filmed in Canada for the Rolling Thunder protest a year ago. I mean, so anyway, Devil Dog Prepper, what's up, brother? Right, Devil Dog. Why are the biggest criminals run the criminal justice system? Right. Uh, Grocery store saves 500. Conform and some eight. Right, Jack. 80% did. Um, uh, Guys are talking about giving some kind of list here. What's up? Around the bow, hood on. What's up, Carol Ann? I think it kind of creative up on everyone, right? Uh, Fuck to see to keep their buddies and bosses out of prison. Talk Petro as one of the actions that crush mental boundaries appears biotic in nature because it picks up ancient materials as it rises through the crust, fossil contaminants. Yeah, interesting. The action was rigged. Nobody did anything. They are trying to kill or arrest Trump. Nobody doing shit. So when the tipping point happens, it's too late, right? And that's the thing, Yuri Bezmenov, ideological subversion over decades. There you go. Dope dog, fuck DC. Fix your local government in your state. Boom. All right, catching up on chat here. Yep. You guys are putting it down. That chat's where it's at, man. Chat is where it's at, and I think I've just lost chat. Damn, that sucks, man. Why? I gotta keep doing this. Keep updating chat, I guess. It's not gonna happen. I can't see chat. It's fucking stupid. And that's another thing. Frustration. All these tactics. Most people just don't want to fucking do the bull. They don't want to go through the frustration. They don't want to put themselves in that stressful environment where they have to endure tyranny. Like right now, I'm enduring electronic tyranny. I can't see chat. I can't see a lot of things. A lot of things are hidden from me. I'm sure that because I'm under the eye. I'm in their radar, so they're gonna fuck with everything. So I'm being shadow banned. I'm dropping subs, and I'm not monetized. I have never been monetized, nor do I think I'll ever be monetized on this platform. Just because fuck them. They make enough money off of me. You know. I work hard for my money. I don't need their fucking money. I'm here for a message. I'm here to get the word out. That's it. So yeah, even though I can't see what you guys are saying, man, that sucks. Yeah. Right, chat is hidden. Live chat, nothing. There you go, folks. There you go. Last chat I seen was from Tuck. That was 9:54. Yeah. Yeah. Gotta love technology. But there's a way. I mean, I could learn this system. I could change it. I can modify it. I can make it better if I wished. You know. But they always find a way, don't they, to try to They always infiltrating, always hiding, liars in wait, right? If y'all know anything about the road to hell, if the saints that went to hell, Jack help me out here. The rule of thumb is that if you're walking down the path in hell, or purgatory or whatever it is, in a land of evil, do not look to the left or the right because the liars in wait are waiting for you to make eye contact. Me, I make eye contact. I just, my eyes are locking. And I'm assessing. I'm giving warnings. I'm deciding whether or not I want to attack. When I start seeing eyeballs in the darkness to the left or to the right of me, gets me kind of stabby. Puts me in juggernaut mode, berserker beast mode. Just standing by waiting. But the tipping point, yes, the tipping point. But it's been going on for years. It has. This programming that we've been indoctrinated with. And now we're here, people. Now we're here. Welcome to the tipping point. Yes, the tipping point. And it's not the point where you tip your waiter. It's not the point where you tip the bartender. It's not the point. No, it's the tipping point. You're on the edge of the cliff. The hand that's pushing you. You're listing about 30 degrees and they still got a hold of your scruff of your neck and hanging on, or by your hair. They're hanging on and they can just let go at any time. Sometimes they pull you back. It's the fine art. The fine art of subversion. Our ideological differences in this country are vast and numerous. You know, there used to be a cultural, ideological cement to being American. You know, and people fought hard to come to this country, become naturalized citizens, to become Americans, to do all the things that was expected of them to be, naturalized citizens, or just, migrates by the, spend all the money, get vetted, all those things, wait years for their paperwork to go through, get their visas and all those things, But they had to prove that they were fine, upstanding citizens and their intentions were good. All that's changed now. Garrett, I see Garrett. 10:03. It is 10:03. Boom, boom, boom. Right. All right. Count Derpula. Famine is stressful. Just wait till the clam flapping artards get left out. Ooh, yeah, right. And chat will be paused, I'm sure, now. Thank you, Garrett. Good to see you, brother. Yeah, so we're watching the absolute tipping point of this country. It's already happening in other states, in other cities, in other towns, in other counties. There's a county in Michigan. There's a town in Michigan. If you're not Muslim, you're not welcome. And they will run you out. Yeah. They have their own little caliphate they're building. America's up for grabs. Once again, the what was it called? The grand destiny, the manifest destiny is alive and well, and the North America has been sold to the highest bidder. Look at Canada. They're selling out, and the people are the commodity. The land and the people. You know, when they start talking about shareholders and stakeholders, they're not talking about a medium rare steak. No. They're talking about your corporate overlords that are in charge of you. They are the stakeholders because they have stake in the game. Not you. You are the game. You and I are the game. We're the stake. They're holding us. Get it now? We're the stock. We're the cattle. We're the ones being traded on the open market. Sound familiar? Tyranny has raised its ugly head again, and it's global this time. Global. And this shining city on the hill must fall for them to win. I'm a stakeholder looking for vampires. uh, Echo, eat some prunes. That'll work. That'll clean you out. Chat just updated. Yeah. Wolfang sold. Right. So yeah, folks, welcome to the tipping point. It's a free for all, but not for us, for them. We're going to carry on with our lives. We're going to try to hang on to our property. We're going to try to hang on to our financial holdings. We're going to try to hang on to, our cars. We're gonna try to hang on to all those things. And to do that, we're going to work hard. We're going to get jobs and try to make a career out of things. Right? That's the road to success in this game. Right? You got to pay your taxes. You got to pay your car fees. You got to pay your property tax, your car tax, your city tax. Yes, I have a city tax, which I haven't paid, by the way. Interesting. No, I haven't. Damn. What's wrong with me? I keep forgetting. Ooh, I haven't done my taxes either. Wow. Interesting. What's that whole thing? The walk away? When's that gonna happen? The walk away, the great walk away, the great turning of our back. We pay. How much is it? How much do we DJ Lewis? What's up? How much do we pay in tax? We pay a lot in tax. How many percent? It's like 30, 40%. Some are 30, some are 40%. 30%, 30 to 40% of your earnings, your hard-earned money that you spend we spend more time at work than we do at home. And I don't want to hear it. You say I work at home. You're still working. You're still working for someone. Your focus is required. Your efforts are required for a screen, for whatever. If unless you're working for yourself, which can be hard too. They make it hard for people to work for themselves as well. I mean, the system's rigged. It's been rigged from the get-go. It's not encouraged to get ahead. It's only encouraged to do as you're told. So what if you're told to jump off the cliff, will you? Will you willingly jump off the cliff? It's for the greater good. That's their message. Depopulation. What's in Canada? What are these fucking things called? These death pods? Really? Death pods. Oh, are you having a bad day? Just go check out. Go to sleep in that death pod over there. That sarcophagus, I think they're calling it. Calling it some kind of sarcophagus. Wow, it's so pretty. Yeah, it's so comfortable. Oh, I could take a nap in here. Push a button and you breathe nitrogen until you can't breathe anymore. And you just pass out. And somebody comes along and grabs that sarcophagus because a signal has been given. Nope, we got a live. We had it. We got a dead one. Let's go pick him up for disposal. What do they do with the bodies? Good question, huh? Kind of reminds me of a movie called Soylent Green. I get to go to the farm today. So they make it so hard. Not only do they make it hard, but the psychological trauma, the trauma-based torture that we go through, that we're subjected to, the atrocities that we're seeing on a constant, regular, daily basis, the threat of war and nuclear war, all these threats thrown in your face, you can't focus. Stress level is high. But at any point in time, you can check out. That's okay. That's acceptable. Really? Giving up? In Canada, they want you to just give up. It's okay. How is it going, eh? Want to die today, eh? Have a seat. Lay down in the sarcophagus. We'll play some nice music for you. When was the tipping point, is my question. Is it now? Or was it later? Because that's the thing, is they don't tell you when the tipping point happens. Did it happen 4 years ago? Dogfight. Just told them to shut up, and they did. Get him, Charity. So when was the tipping point? That's my question. I don't think we're there yet, because this, like I said, they keep pushing us closer and closer to the edge. And if we struggle and squirm, they can't fight back. They can't push hard enough. Do you understand? We're dealing with a weak entity. A very, very weak soy boy arms are the hands that are on your back pushing you towards the cliff. They're not strong arms. Your arms are strong. Your back is strong. The only thing they have is lies and suggestions. That's it. What do you have? You have strength, inner strength, physical strength. We work hard. We're strong. People that work hard can fight hard. They don't fight. They don't work. They scheme, connive, hide in the shadows, spewing lies and suggestions. That is their strength, is inputting suggestions, suggesting things. The power of suggestion. So at any point in time, we can just turn around and say, no, you go over the cliff. And we've done it before. Yes, we have. In the past, we have. We sent them over the cliff. But we forgot. We are at a tipping point because we forgot. You know, our ancestors told us. Our forefathers warned us. Don't allow this shit, or this is what's going to happen again. And guess what? Here we are. Again. At the tipping point. I really do wish I could see chat. But this is allowing me to get my thought across. I might just go ahead and switch to my phone so I can see chat. I don't know. Or maybe just restart the live stream. I think I can restart it. I don't know. Where are we at here? 70%. We're still at 70%. So, I don't know. I got my phone off over there charging while I run the battery down on this thing. That's what I have to do nowadays. Because I refuse to go buy another fucking phone. I refuse to. See, I have my own ideologies when it comes to spending and justification of spending. But we're all guilty of that. I mean, it's so easy to place an order with Amazon or Temu. Countless, excuse me, countless companies out there that will literally take your money and ship it right to your door. There you go. Hand delivered. Congratulations. Thank you for your patronage. Your money is going to Xi Jinping. Your money is going to, the Ukraine. Thanks. Thank you. Your money's going to Iran. Your money's going to North Korea. It's really. I mean, that's why I like brick and mortar stores, but that's where the war is too. On brick and mortar. It's so hard to have a brick and mortar store now. I mean, for one, the rent is outrageous. Don't even think about owning it. Maybe if you own the strip mall, but then you're the one getting all the rent, and you're the one raising the rent. Right? The rent's outrageous. Utilities are outrageous. And then the taxes are outrageous. Oh, and then of course all the fines, fees, and restrictions and permits that is needed, right? Certifications and things of that nature, because you how dare you start a business in a populated area, right? It's just how dare you start a business anyway? I mean, if you haven't noticed, especially with the C19er, it was a consolidation of large corporations and the death of small business. I think it was like 60 to 70% of small businesses just didn't make it. They just closed their doors forever. Businesses that have been around for 80 years, passed on from generation to generation, gone. Couldn't take it. Couldn't survive. So when does it end? See, that's part of the torture and the humiliation of the destabilization. First, we're demoralized. We've all been demoralized. We've all seen the shock and humiliation. We've heard it. We've seen it. It's in our face. We've seen it on TV. We've seen it on social media. And now we know people. We work with people. Here's an observation that I've made. Because I watch everything. All these blue trucks, that have A on them. Everybody's in their blue vest. About 40%, 40 to 50% that I have seen are all flag wavers. And they're all, I'm like, what? I caught myself looking at an ass in a pair of yoga pants. And then I seen the scruff. I was like, done. It turned around, and that song from Aerosmith came to me. Dude looks like a lady. Like, oh, yeah, all of them. And that's where the relativism comes in. It's in your face. The relativism. You can be whatever you want to be. I worked with a guy, Catholic, Irish Catholic. Yeah, he drank, but his family unit was Irish Catholic. If you know anything about that, it's a strong, very strong way of life. It's you're Irish, you're Catholic. That's it. Nothing else. That's it. You know, you're going to mass. You're going to do the things. You're going to follow what the book says. You're going to follow the rules, everything, everything down to the wire, right? Because you're not even going to drive fast because Jesus is a traffic cop. Okay, it's Irish Catholic, you know, multi generation. Told me this story. He said that his niece, whom he helped baptize as a child. They had the baby shower. You know what I'm saying? He was uncle. He was uncle for this little child, and taught her the Irish Catholic way. They have a big dinner. Niece is like 16, comes out with cat ears, cat makeup, and a furry kind of jumpsuit. And everybody at the table is going, "What are you doing, niece?" Niece was coming out. She said, "I'm coming out. I identify as a cat." Oh, the Blessed Virgin Mary. I mean, you can imagine the Irish Catholicism words that came out. They were shocked. I mean, I wouldn't say Irish, they were very Orthodox, but they're very Orthodox. I mean, Irish Catholics they're very strong. It's almost Orthodox, you know. Just add drinking. Lots of drinking and feasting, which is a good thing. I like the feasting. But, for them to experience their niece coming out as a cat, wanting to poop in a litter box, meow meow. They're like, "What the hell are you doing? What in God's name are you thinking? What happened? Why? How did they go wrong?" That's what they're asking themselves. Mom and dad is going, "How did we go wrong?" They're asking God. They're asking the Virgin Mary, "How did we go wrong?" They're asking the priest. You know what the priest told them? It's okay. Let her do what she wants. You have to accept her. Why does it change now? Didn't change for them. Didn't change for the uncle. Strict set of rules and guidelines. How to raise your kids and how to grow up as an Irish Catholic. And here's this niece. She's a furry. Oh, she's got a girlfriend. Because they're cats and they like to cuddle. Yeah, so lesbian furry niece. And that was her coming out. It was dressing up like a fucking cat at this Catholic family Catholics dinner. Shocked everyone. Wow. Now, youth and angst always synonymous. Yeah, I've got some stories. Absolutely. We all do. Very rebellious. Very rebellious. We want to go against the grain. We want to fight the powers that be. We want to change the world. Of course, it ends up changing us, doesn't it? So, yeah, the young are being preyed upon. They've always been preyed upon. Our young and our old are always susceptible to this tyranny. And that's why men had to be strong and hard. Don't get it twisted. You know what I mean. And that too. Because there's a war on masculinity. They don't want you randy. They don't want you hard. They want you soft and placid, full of estrogen, low in testosterone. Because that means you will submit. A strong, hard man will not submit. I know, there's a lot of innuendos in that, but take it as you will. Welcome to Mad Chat. Let the jokes fly. I don't give a shit. But it's true. Men at record levels, record numbers, are dropping their tea and don't even know it. Don't even know it. Why do I have bitch tits? Why am I so emotional? What's going on here? Why is Spike not at attention? Why are my balls not perky? Low T, brother. Why do I have a beer gut? It's not a beer gut. It's low T. Toxic masculinity. That's what they're calling it. Toxic masculinity. Just being a man. Just having a voice. Just being strong. It's a war on masculinity. Hence why you see all these, lack of a better word, queens running around. Just effeminate men. And it's a choice. I mean, I get it. I mean, you know, men are men. Men, young men are going to be effeminate anyway. It's just they haven't grown into their testosterone yet. They're still dealing with. They still got baby fat. They're not hard and gristled and scarred up yet. You know, what can I say? But if they choose to emasculate themselves and they choose to be effeminate and openly do it, they encourage other men, young men and boys, young boys, to do the same. It's very, very sad. Very, very sad. And that's always been a struggle anyway. But now women, more women, are trying to be masculine. They will never be masculine. They can never achieve the levels of masculinity. What's it's called passing. How are you passing? What's your level of passability as a man or a woman? And you're never going to be either. You are what you are. Deal with it. Welcome to manhood. Welcome to womanhood. These are the chromosomes you were given. You can't change them. Sure, you can change your appearance, change your voice, change your mannerisms. You might be able to do some very very superficial changing of your body, but ultimately you're still going to be XX or XY unless you got an extra one in there somewhere. There's always exceptions to the rule. This grand experiment. It is. It's a grand experiment. And this is worldwide. Worldwide. If little Timmy in UK wants to go to school and be little Tiffany, it's encouraged. Matter of fact, it's illegal for mommy and daddy to say, no, little Timmy. Choose the G.I. Joes, not the Barbies. No, little Timmy, you can't wear a skirt and makeup. You're a boy. Go play in the mud. Go get in a fight. Go throw rocks at traffic. I don't know. But you're not putting on makeup and skirts. No. It's illegal for them to do that. It's also illegal in Washington State, in California, and I think Denver, Colorado, for someone to not affirm their kid's gender. Matter of fact, there's a program in place. It happened a couple years ago, where if little Timmy, who's been sitting in the indoctrination camp for the better part of his young life, keeps getting told and inundated and groomed and groomed and groomed, and he's reading all the literature. He's learning how to suck a cock. He's learning how to take it up the ass. Sexual education. He's learning that at a young age. And now his teachers are like, well, little Timmy, you look a little effeminate today. Are you sure you're not Tiffany? Timmy's like, well, maybe I am Tiffany. So if Timmy feels like Tiffany, they encourage him to run away from home. Now think about that for a minute. I think early as 9, they can run away from home, make a phone call, get picked up, and put into a home, a safe house, with all these other little kids. And they can run around and be whatever they want to be. Guess who's picking them up? Guess who's saving them? That's right, Chomos. Yeah. Ah, little Tiffany. What have you... Show me what you learned in school. Yes. That is the evil that we have allowed to happen. Do you understand that? And so they get sent to this home, this barracks, basically, house of ill repute. These young kids are sucking and fucking everything in sight. They're given hormones. Yeah, they're given hormones. And if they get enough paperwork and stuff, they get grants to have gender reassignment surgery. So now little Tiffany has ruined his life, cut his junk off, has stopped his puberty. He will never be He is always going to be stuck, never going past puberty, ever in his life, ever. And his little bits down there have been chopped off, and something resembling a vagina has been created. Oh, by the way, he's got to wear a stint for the rest of his life, or the hole closes up. Yeah. Maybe they give him boobs. I don't know. But then the grooming continues, and the sex. And little Tiffany is now a whore. Yeah. That's being allowed. That's being state sanctioned. And by the way, they're not telling the parents. They do not, the state doesn't have, the state of California, state of Washington, does not have the right, the duty to inform the mother and father. As a matter of fact, might bring up mother and father on charges if little Tiffany says, well, mommy and daddy would not allow me to do this. Of course they wouldn't, because it's fucking stupid. Just ruined your life. See, young people will ruin their lives if you allow them to. That's why there's guidance and direction, task and purpose, and protection. To protect the young. I wasn't protected, unfortunately. It's not a failure to my mom. Maybe it is. But still. And chances are, little Tiffany, when they turn about in their 20s, maybe, they realize, oh shit, I made a big mistake and chopped off everything. I'm looking like a whore in church. Been run through more than a garden hose. Now you're in sex. Now Tiffany's a sex worker. Maybe an OnlyFans. I don't know. Whatever. Comes to the self-realization that I used to be Tim. Ooh. Tiffany used to be Tim. And the horror that they've been subjected to and they allowed to happen. And that adults did to them. Not just physically, but mentally. Talk about misdirection. What about that for a tipping point? Our children of this nation are being sterilized. Yeah. Tiffany will never have kids. Tiffany can neither bear children, because Tiffany is actually a man, and will never have children, nor can Tiffany revert back to Tim and make children with a female. So the lineage is stopped right there. Sterilized. Population control. And now, Tiffany, feeling the weight of the world, the hopelessness. Nobody wants to hire her because she's so fucked up. Can't get to work on time. Obsessed with looking pretty or passing. Cannot handle stress whatsoever. Has no idea on how to prepare for the future because the future looks bleak anyway. Life has been ruined for Tim, who realizes he's Tim and has destroyed his mind, his body, and his soul with the help of adults. who swore it was in his best interest. Tipping point. When was Tim's tipping point? And you know what's probably going to happen to Tiffany? Tiffany's probably going to go lay down in that sarcophagus and euthanize herself, self delete. Why not? But you know what? Maybe that life won't be in vain. I don't know. I don't know. Talk a lot about Tim and Tiffany. It's kind of generalization, if you will. That's exactly what's happening and has happened. Watch your kids. Take care of your kids. Even if they're not your kids, take care of your kids. Watch the kids. It takes a village to raise a child. Yeah. They're very impressionable. Kids are very impressionable. So you cannot anything whatsoever inject anything that's going to warp their fragile little minds. In the immortal words of Cartman from South Park, you have warped my fragile little mind. Right? You can't allow them to be exposed to that because it plants seeds. I mean, they're already a child is learning by watching and doing. That's what playing is. They're learning around about the world around them. And they're taking their little cars and they're playing. They're playing with their GI Joes. They're playing with their Barbies. They're learning through playing. Got to protect the kids. First and foremost priority. That's their minds. Candy from strangers, that kind of thing. But guess what? The strangers with candy, they're mainstream now. They're state sanctioned. They have grants and shit. They're the ones teaching our kids in schools. And then when the kids come out of high school, come out of elementary and they go into junior high, those same people are in there grooming our kids. Then when they get to college, oh, wow, ooh, now the real work begins. Well, little Tiffany, I see you've had a bad life. Well, why don't you just put on this mask, Tiffany, because we accept you, Tiffany. Put on this mask, black, of course. Go ahead and dress in all black and go join the others out there. Because it's their fault why you're so fucked up. It's their fault. This constitutional republic way of life is their fault. So you got to change. You got to be a radical. You got to be you've got to change it, and you can help. Sign here on the Marxist line. So now little Tiffany has task and purpose. Wow. If Tiffany survives, if Tim survives being Tiffany, Tiffany will be used for the movement to become a useful idiot. Because if they can accept transgenderism, they can accept transhumanism. Tipping point. I thought once they went for the kids, that's it, game on. That's what I thought. Didn't happen, did it? told you stories about me growing up. One of my first dead bodies was a chomo tied to a chain link fence with a pair of vice grips on its on upstairs and downstairs. It had been twisted many, many times. They were dead. And everybody knew who it was. Yep, that's the local chomo. That's the pee-pee toucher. Yep, sure is. That's him. Tipping point. They get bold. They do things. The boldness. And if left unchecked or unchallenged, they continue. And they push harder and harder. And soon, you can see over the cliff. Soon your toes are on the event horizon of the cliff. That pressure is still behind you, ever so slight. Until they get to that one point where they think they can push you hard enough to push you over the edge, and they try it. Because you've been weakened the whole trip going towards the cliff. The tipping point is not the cliff. It's way in the beginning, down the path, at the beginning. That's where the tipping point was. Of course, hindsight being 2020, that's what we realized. Shit. We could just go back in time and change everything at one point. One time, that one point in time. If we go back and say, yeah, that was the tipping point. That's where we need to start. That's what we need to stop right there. But everything is cloaked and hidden in secrecy. And you're isolated too. That's the other thing. Isolation. Divide and conquer requires isolation. There's something I learned in the Marine Corps: isolate, contain, destroy. That was my doctrine that I used in the Marine Corps, and when I got out and got into the pest control field, that's what got me success, was to isolate, contain, and destroy. That's what they do. But you have to allow it to happen. That's the thing. It has to be done of your own free will. The choice must be made by you. Take the money. It's a lot of money there. Good life. Or you take the bullet. Segue into the beginning, right? That's the choice they wish to give you. Toe the party line. Be a good, useful idiot. Or to the farm with you. Or the glue factory. Dog food factory. Need dog food for the poor. Silent green is people. Of course you know they want that. Nothing would be more sustainable for our food production if we ate each other. They say that. But that just leads to depopulation, doesn't it? Yes. Yeah, yes, that's their goal. These elite occultists are diabolical. But they're not strong. We are strong. Yet we allow lies and suggestions to lead us to the cliff edge. the tipping point. Tipping point. Hope you guys are having a great Labor Day weekend. I have half of a fucking hamburger. I made this massive hamburger. Just it's like this. Like, yeah, you ever been to Fuddruckers? Yeah, this thing is huge. I still can't see chat. Huge. It's got everything. It's got parsley. It's got garlic. I made this thing. It's a monster. I'm bacon on it, egg on it, lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise, mustard. Yeah. I ate half of it. Region 9. I can see your comment now. 1052. I'm convinced it's when they hit Bill Gates with the pies. There you go. Shouldn't have pissed off Bill Gates with a pie. Right? Now he's turning into Kill Gates. Oh, got a little heavy here, didn't I? Oh, what's up, Charity? How you doing? How you doing, girl? Oh, yeah? Yeah? Is it Billy Rub time? Not feeling so good, huh? Oh, man, it's a beautiful night out here. I wonder if I'm going to keep signal. Let's see. We shall see. Might have to just hold you here. Hold you in my arms. It's okay. I can hold you. I'm strong. And I've lost chat again. That's amazing. All right. Talk. They encouraged us to breed so they could have cheap, abundant labor, and now they don't need us anymore. Right? Right? Remember the time when we strike hard, Fabian Society. Even the Fabian Society is weak. Talk. Yeah. Bonnie's question: what does it take to make a change, Chad? Non-compliance. Non-compliance. On all levels. Don't buy their shit. Don't fund them. Rebuke them wherever you go. Encourage others to do the same. That was my mantra during COVID-19. If you check out the archives, yeah. I will not comply, and I encourage others to do the same. Time to break out the HK from Terminator. Right, Jack? They create the crisis, and they make more money on it, and take more control from it with it. Rinse and repeat every time. Okay. Be puppet. Right, Jack? Exposed to 28. Yeah, it's deep, man. Survival buzz. What's going on? Curing cancer. Man. Bonnie, no more trust in adults after that. Probably filled with hate. Yep. Cancer rate among those use castration drugs skyrocketed. Send the CD19 jab. Cancer rates up and away. Right? Region 9. Yes. Millstones around their neck comes to mind. Tuck. Wow. It's a 43% self-elimination rate. Let's read in chat here. In Region 9, it takes village people to raise a child. It does now. Right? Region 9, notice. Who makes those drugs? That's more of a statement than a question. Who? What's up, Cha-Cha? Carolina in the house. Use the litter box. They did, didn't they? Didn't they, Jack? New York, California, even Washington State. I mean, it's some of the salt of the earth people. You've earned your puppy years, too. Independent Men United, part of why homeschool, Shad. Hell yeah. Right, Jack? Long-term damage. Right, Region 9, let me breathe. DJ, Nancy's eyes go slit repellently. Women are definitely in big trouble. Right, Cha-Cha. Men need to stay men and women need men to stay men. Right, Independent Men United, I wanted to touch on that too. The plastics, the water, the food, plastic bottles. I mean, it's plastic containers. It drops your testosterone and screws up the estrogen as well. Oh yeah, DJ. Bonnies, we can teach them the way they will do what they want to fit into society, right? Why did I put a dildo up my ass? So a nutcase furry pussy would date a nutcase python. After all, pythons love eating furry little pussies. Popsicles are in the basement. If she can't lick her own butt, then she can't be a cat. That's a good one. Stella. Yeah, put your scraps on the floor and yell, "Here, kitty, kitty." I heard Cuddles. Hoping to hear bacon, but Cuddles are cool. Scholar. Right, Jack? Hollywood. It's available all over the world. And, of course, we've had him. Bernard Arnault, the husband of Salma Hayek. White Owl Holdings Company. He is now one of the richest men in the world. Of course, tied to Black Rod. Spare the rods for the child, right? Yeah, right, DJ. Here you go. Still Gaff, what's up? All right, caught up in chat. I'm sorry, folks. I can't engage in chat because chat keeps stopping. At a stop, and like the last thing I seen in chat was Region 9 at 10:52. It is now 11:01, and Region 9 says, "I'm convinced it's when they hit Bill Gates with the pies." It's the last chat I got. All right. Let's bring it in. In conclusion. No, Charity. No. 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 I'm sorry. No, I can't allow it. I just can't. I'm sorry. Ooh. I have to say no. Can't continue to feed her. All right, I'll try to update chat here. I'm going to say none. Chat hidden. And I'm going to hit live. And who knows when it will update. I do apologize for not addressing everyone in chat like I usually do. But on Sunday Reflections, it does allow me to run my train of thought. Um, but I don't get to engage in chat. So that I find, wow, I just went from 19 people in chat to 24 people in chat. So yeah, the tipping point, folks. We are definitely, we've been watching the tipping point for quite some time. We've all been marched willingly to the edge of the cliff. And yet here we stand, all of us, the whole world. I've said this before, maybe a year ago. The whole world is watching us. The whole world is watching us and waiting. If this shining city on the hill falls, the rest of the world falls too. We are the last great hope. It's heavy. It's a heavy burden to bear. It really is. Lose everything. Your life, even. All your material possessions. All these things that we gather around ourselves. Say they're mine. We take possession of. All those things can be lost. They mean nothing. But yeah, if somebody came in my house and tried to take this rock, chances are they're going to be sleeping here on my couch or on my carpet until the ambulance comes to wake them up or to take them to their final resting place. I value this rock that is in my possession, in my house, more than I do anyone coming into my house to try to take my rock. It's just a rock. You know, if they asked for it, I'd probably give it to you. Do you want my rock? Here. Okay. I'll go get another one. But it's just the principalities of the matter. The principalities of the matter. Smokey? Kick in my door? Demand my rock? That's American, right? Yet we're giving in every day. Every day we're giving in. Every day we're saying nothing. Going along with it. Marching ever so closer to the edge, to the tipping point. So thank you, folks. I'm gonna end it here. I think I'm gonna finish my my hamburger, my massive hamburger I made for myself. And it's got garlic, it's got parsley, it's got turmeric, it's got what else? It's got some salt and pepper on there. What else did I put in there? Mixed it all in. Oh, I forgot thyme. I was gonna put thyme in there. Lettuce, tomato, egg, bacon. Right. So yeah, folks, thank you very much for hanging out with me tonight. Sunday Reflections. I hope this meant something. I hope this was encouraging, inspiring. I don't know. I don't know. Am I making a difference? Am I making a difference in saying the things that need to be said on a platform where only at this current time 28 people, 35 people watched? I don't know, maybe more will watch it later on if they allow it to be seen. If they forget to shadow ban it, maybe I'll get a few others to see it. But I think that that's good. If one person sees it, one person shares it, and not just hitting share, but they share it, they make it theirs, and they spread the word. They spread the awareness. They change one mind, and I've changed two. Maybe I've changed three. Maybe I've reached out to maybe 10 people, maybe 100. Eventually, it has to work. Word of mouth. And I never shut up. So I guess that's why I do this. If I was to reflect. Welcome to the tipping point. So, happy Labor Day, everyone. Oh, please sub to Devil Dog Prepper. He was in chat earlier. If someone is in chat, I can't see chat, unfortunately. But if you could drop Devil Dog Prepper's channel, link to his channel, go sub up to Devil Dog. He's recovering from brain surgery. Uh, he's a great man. Really is great man. A brother, in more ways than one. Yes, Devil Dog, Marine, Iraq combat veteran, um, a father, a devout Christian, a fierce Christian, um, and just a great guy overall. So his message is clear: be prepared, do the things, and he is. He is. Um, so yeah, check him out. Sub to his channel. Watch all his content. Comment on all his content. Oh, excuse me. Comment on all his content. Share it out. So not only do you get to sub, but somebody else does too. So right now he's in the low 400s, I believe, and so we want to get that brother up to 500, 1,000, whatever, get monetized and help more people, right? And so yeah, and it is this is September. This is National Preparedness Month. The challenge has been given from Vision Preparedness, from Devil Dog Prepper as well, to prep and to teach prep, to teach it, to show people the way. Hey, just do this thing. Here's a bug out bag. Just here you go. Put that in your closet, near the door. Put it in your car. You'll have it. It's just a peace of mind. Whatever. Here, can some food. Put that away so that you will always have food. You know, my thing is canned goods and candy. I'll do some canning here and there, and I've amassed a hoard of canned foods. You know, beans and rice, man, beans and rice and meats, and you know, gotta get your proteins, right? So, not to mention, there's you know my prepping is a little different too. I've always been a gearhead, so I've got all kinds of stuff around like this. I like, you know, what can I do with this? What does this do? What does, you know, what can I do with this? You know, oh, there's this buckle here, and, you know, what does that allow me to do? And so, uh, yeah, so check out Devil Dog Prepper. I mean, everything he does is big time. I mean, just amazing, absolutely amazing. But he's recuperating from brain surgery. So please sub to Devil Dog Prepper. Really appreciate it. You know, I shout him out every day. Every day, never forget. You know, I think it's just, you know, just repetition, right? You know, just repetition. Just I just do it. Just boom, keep dropping it. See what happens. You know, it's gotta happen. You know, if I'm the great influencer, right, with my 1,200 subs, 1,500 subs, you know, and if 30% of my subs watch this content and share, then I've done my part. You know what I'm saying? That it's 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 passed on. You know, so yeah, just do that. Just do that. It doesn't take much. You know, just the willingness to help. Yeah. Doesn't cost you anything, right? And you'll be helping the world. You'll be helping others by helping him. That's how I look at it. So anyway, once again, I still cannot see chat. I still can't see how many people are in the chat. I can't see anything, but I can see that I've been live for 2 hours and 16 minutes now. Wow. Uh, an extremely long Sunday reflections, and now we're at the tipping point of the end. So, in conclusion, uh, that's what we need to do. Is we need to stop going toward the edge, get away from the tipping point. So, this has been Mad Shad. Everyone, have a good night. Would even let me